So after that bottle job of an episode last time out, of course, the transfer window went absolutely garbage. And we took our first L of the season, losing to Chelsea. We're back today, but the headphones are out. And you know why? It's time for the Champions League. Hello all and welcome back to another episode of our Tottenham Hotspur Let's Play Beta Series here on FM23. Hope you're doing well. If you're enjoying the series, please make sure you're liking this video and subscribing to the channel. So yeah, last time out we had some problems. Obviously we mentioned injury crisis in midfield. We tried to sign someone on transfer deadline day. I mean, the list was endless. It was like 3 players. But nothing really came to fruition. And now we're kind of in that place where we're struggling a bit. You can see the Premier League table. We are now in 4th. It isn't going to plan. We was top of the table. So now, yeah, 21 points. I mean, we're not a million miles behind City. 2 points behind City. 1 point behind Liverpool and Manchester United. But as well as that one loss that we had last time out, there's now been another one. We lost to Manchester United 3-0. But besides that, though, we're winning all our matches. We are winning all the other matches. I mean, we can dive straight and have a quick look. Last time out, we lost to Chelsea 1-0. And then we started the Champions League campaign with an absolute storm out. 3-0 battering of Zagreb. Heung-min Son, Lucas Moura and Richarlison. Richarlison's back from injury finally. And he came off the bench and scored a goal for us. Key goal for him. Then we went to Leicester and a Harry Kane hat-trick and Oliver Skip coming from midfield. We said about that midfield difficulties. We're losing numbers there. Skip played, scored a goal. And Harry Kane, of course, bags a hat-trick with one. I mean, he scored in the 69th and 70th minute. Insane. Absolutely insane. And then Leverkusen happened. We had an away trip to Germany, a 2-2 draw. Heung-min Son, Richarlison getting the goals for us, but again, Schick and Diaby. It was a very weird game. Like, we were winning, and I was like, yes, it's good, 2-0 up, because he on before half time. It's okay, we can still win this. Diaby scored, and then the game went silent. Nothing happened for the longest part of that game. Half hour, nothing happened. And following that, we had to come straight from there, straight into Manchester Airport to go take on Manchester United, where we got absolutely bodied by United. Dalot, Varane, and Cristiano Ronaldo. That man, the 3 of them getting the goals. We lose 3-0, and it's our first time not getting a victory. Oh, it's not our first time. It's our second defeat of the season, really. So we've lost to Chelsea, we've lost to Man U. I mean, we've lost to 2 big sides. At least we're beating the small sides. I'm speaking, I can't call them a small side anymore, can I, realistically? Newcastle. We went to Newcastle, and Harry Kane again got a hat-trick. And that boy Oliver Skip again from midfield getting a goal for us. Oliver Skip proving his worth in this team. His last 2 Premier League games, apart from Manchester United, the last 2 games we've won, that guy scored Oliver Skip in midfield, so he had himself a starting place in the team right now. He's doing very well. And of course, Harry Kane, he's just loving the goals right now. He cannot stop scoring. He's keeping Haaland, I mean, he's 1 goal ahead of Haaland, actually. He's trying to keep Erling Haaland at bay, our English boy Harry Kane. But on 13 goals so far, 9 appearances, that's not bad. Haaland on 12. I mean, Thomas Souček, I mean, in 3rd place there. It's a weird one, though, on 6 goals, honestly. He's dragging West Ham back towards European contention. And Thomas bloody Souček. So, it's been a weird old season in the Premier League right now. It's been a weird one. And we come back today with our first bit of Champions League action on the channel. Of course, we played the Zagreb game already in Leverkusen. We come back today in an away trip as we go to Amsterdam, the Johan Cruyff Arena, and take on Ajax. So, of course, we've mentioned the misery in the past of this defensive problems and midfield maybe the big problems. Oliver Skip's coming to his own a little bit of late. With his recent appearances looking pretty good in that box-to-box role, of course. That high stamina of 16, that work rate of 17 is very key for that. Passing of 14, it could be a real key player in the midfield for us, hopefully going forward. Of course, being an English player as well adds massively to his valuation. And of course, Champions League-wise and European contention-wise, homegrown players from your club, trained from your club, Oliver Skip's going to be our main guy, possibly in midfield going forward. So we tried to buy someone that last episode, and we had someone here all along in Oliver Skip. I mean, he doesn't really have the 20 set pieces of ward prowess. I mean, corners are 8, free kicks 7, but otherwise, a really good player, a really, really good player. I mean, I'm trying to put emphasis on him here, but I mean, you probably didn't get that. But we have called up Harvey White as well now into midfield, another option. Of course, in the youth academy here at Spurs, 21 years of age, a fairly good player. I mean, he's not a starter by a long shot, but he's on the bench today, of course, in the Champions League as well. And of course, we've been using Alfie Devine as well, sporadically, trying to get him into the first team a little bit more as well. Trying to get these young English midfielders into the team, but I mean, high evaluation for the 18-year-old. Let's hope we can do something in the future. I mean, currently he's League 1 standard, so Champions League might be a bit of a stretch for him. But for today's team, we do stick with the same formation. It's been working so far this season, apart from that odd Chelsea-Man United game. But against other big sides, it's been okay. So we got Lloris in there, Dyer, Romero, Lenglet at the back with Royal and Perisic out wide. Skip keeps his place in the middle ahead of Højbjerg right now. I want to go with Skip all the way. I want to see how far we can develop Oliver Skip within this save. Bentancur is back from injury. He is next to him. Heung-min Son, Kulusevski and Harry Kane. And of course, there's that big question about Richarlison. Where is Richarlison? Why is he not playing? He's on the bench today. He's got 2 goals so far since being at the club. Maybe today's the day he comes on. And I mean, we could start him, but Harry Kane's on fire, so we can't. We can't. Sorry. People that were asking, we can't. So yeah, Kane starts up front. He's been absolutely bagging goals in the front. He's ahead of Haaland in the scoring charts. I mean, he's doing something right. But let's get into it. We travel to the Amsterdam Arena, take on Ajax. So then here we go. The Champions League music is on now. I've got the headphones on, so I'll have a listen along to myself. It's a good feature to see in the game. I wasn't too sure what to think about it originally when it was getting added into the game. I was like, oh, you can add your custom skins and your custom badges to the competitions and stuff, but the music's just that extra little touch, just a unique touch within the game. It's a little bit different as well. Spurs haven't heard Champions League music for a long time now. Sorry, Spurs fans. It's just taking the truth, yeah. So it's nice to hear it. Of course, Ajax, you can see their kit set up very nice within the game this year. We'll take these off now. We've heard the music. We've heard what happens. It's a very nice effect to get in the game. As Lenglet wins the ball now, finds Perisic into Bentancur. Of course, just come back from injury as well. Oliver Skip has been the main focus of today's episode. His development within this team. Can he become that main man that midfield for us? Who knows? Here's hoping. It's Dyer. Back to Hugo Lloris now. And Spurs just taking the time, passing the ball around, keeping possession. Lovely and tidy possession so far from the lads. I mean, let's not give it away. Let's just do something nice with this one. It's Son now. That's a huge overlap from Perisic here. There's no one in the box right now. He cuts it back though. Finds Harry Kane now out wide. I mean, oh my god, Kulusevski's put miles over the bar. This is why we need Harry Kane in that box. Why is Harry Kane so far out? I mean, actually, on that note, I'm thinking, can we try this instead? Can we get Harry Kane the whole position as a centre forward? Or does it need to be hold up ball? We can't have the whole position. I think if you put him on a support option though, we can. Let's try that. If you put him on a support option, we can't. Okay. Ignore me. I thought it'd be a good idea. I know you can do it as a target forward and support, but clearly not with Harry Kane. He's not going to go out wide and just go where he wants as always. He just does what he wants, doesn't he? It's Harry Kane. Yeah, so far though, I mean, it's been a fairly dull game apart from that one chance. We're going to encourage the boys here. See what we can do. As Emerson Royal gets the ball. Of course, their main man is Tadic up front from. Formerly of Southampton, Premier League standard player, very good striker. I mean, I've never seen him play striker for Southampton, saying he's a very good striker. We're actually saying that, but who knows? If he can do the job for Ajax, then fair enough. As Perisic now on this left-hand side, ball into the box. I mean, it's a really poor ball from Perisic. Alvarez gets it clear. Lenglet back to Perisic now. Can he find Kane this time in the middle? He can't again. It's a really poor pass. Saying that, we are playing low crosses. Again, that could be partially why this is not really working out so far. It's again, Kane this time. Oh, he's hit the roof of the net. He has hit the roof of the net. I do think we're going to try and tell the boys now though instead, because we saw there from the low cross, it wasn't really working. We're going to go for some mixed crosses now. We give us a mixed bag. The low ones haven't really been working. So, obviously some more in the air. I mean, Kane's not a small lad. He's got a bit of strength behind him. Good body. Like, I mean, not in that context, good body. And Alvarez has scored. You mentioned Harry Kane's good body, and then Alvarez pops sort of ahead like that and puts a big indent into our Champions League hopes here. I mean, it's a good header, to be fair, from Alvarez. It's poorly marked by our boys, realistically. That is the problem. 1-0 Ajax. So, going to half-time then. Yeah, losing to Ajax away from home is not ideal. I know it'd be the hardest game in our group, but having already not got past by Leverkusen with a draw in that game, we could do with winning this one really on the road. We've had no shots on target out of our 5 shots so far. Is it time to bring on Richarlison? I want to see a much better display second half. I mean, we might give Harry Kane a little bit longer here. He's our main guy. He's been doing well all season, but on a 6.5, feeling anxious. You know what? We're doing it. Richarlison comes on. We're putting Tron straight up front. I mean, never tried him in a centre forward role yet. He hasn't played up front for so far. He's been very much on the wing so far this season. So, as a complete forward on that attacking duty, I mean, decision making's a bit poor, vision's a bit poor, but beside that though, very good overall player. Hopefully, it can be the job that ticks over now in the second half. He gets that goal. Kane just a bit too tired. I mean, he's been playing every game so far, so he does need a break at some point. So we get Kane off, Richarlison on in the Champions League. Again, we're going to demand more from the boys this time, though. They need to push it on now and get something in the second half. So far, though, nothing in front of goal for us. We've had 5 shots still the second half. Nothing is hitting the target for us yet, it seems. Is it tactically? Is it a tactic issue that could be the problem here? Maybe it is. Maybe so. I mean, The clock is just ticking down here. Heung-min Son, he's knackered. He needs to come off. What we're doing now instead, we're going to get João Pedro on instead. I think the switch is going to be doing this instead. João Pedro goes to the striker. Richarlison out wide. Hopefully, his presence out wide can cut inside now and do something for us. But so far, it's not looking great for Spurs here. Bergwijn, the former Spurs boy, finds Data Blind over the bar. I mean, there's been very little highlights in this game so far, but right now, it is not looking good from a Spurs aspect here. 6 shots all game, nothing on target at all. With 10 minutes to go, I mean, the saviour last time these teams played was Lucas Moura for Spurs. Maybe we go for something like this instead. We put the 3 bodies up front. We get that centre forward. We have advanced forwards either side of him. Now we get these boys here. Just a little bit further up now. It's a little bit further up. Try and push on. Again, we'll put them on that attacking duty. Winger, attack again. Then boys getting a lot more forward now to try and get balls into this front 3. Maybe it's what we need to go for, to try and push something in the last few minutes here. We don't have long to go. We're going to encourage the boys. Work the ball into the box. 5 minutes. Can we get a shot on target? Just a shot on target would be lovely right now. As in the dying embers of the game, Perisic at the corner. Big ball in. We cannot get a goal on a Campos on the counter. I mean, there's bodies back for us. There's no way we're losing this, right? We don't. Dyer, Romero. Last chance here for Spurs. Don't go back to Hugo. Get the ball upfield. Dyer, push it up, mate. Skip. Inside. Find João Pedro. There's room. Richarlison. Oh my God. How has he not scored? Oh my days, Richarlison. Has not even hit the target there. We lose 1-0 to Ajax in our Champions League debut here on YouTube. And it's just a mess. It's an absolute mess. So yeah, it hasn't gone to plan. A defeat in the Champions League. Back-to-back episodes we've lost in now. We're winning the games in between, which is the odd part as well. Things aren't going to plan. Is it a tactic change that needs to happen possibly here? Maybe that's the way forward. We change something up front. I don't know. Well, not up front. Harry Kane's doing very well, actually. But something's not going right here at Tottenham Hotspur. I do need to fix it. Next episode, maybe try something different. But for now, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this episode, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. And as always, thank you for watching.